Coming up on This Week in Torrance, first responders sharpen their emergency skills during an active shooter training. Then locals take advantage of a free exchange, trading in their old holiday lights for more eco-friendly ones. We'll tell you where. And now you can take a nap where you least expect it at the Delamo Fashion Center. We'll tell you all about it. Plus, a new business opens that's sure to satisfy your sweet tooth. We'll take you there. These stories and much more are just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun. Ben McCain has the week off. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. There's a new way to call for help now. Los Angeles County recently rolled out the Text to 911 feature to public safety dispatch centers, which includes Torrance. Officials say text messages should be brief and should not contain any abbreviations, slang, or emojis. It should also include a location, short description of the emergency, and the type of help you need. Officials say to use only Text 911 as a last resort. Call if you can before attempting to text. Location accuracy may vary by carrier. It's only offered in English right now, and it can't be sent through a group message. Also note your text will not be sent if the wireless carrier can't find the location of the device sending the text. The service will also give hearing and speech impaired residents the ability to report emergencies. As fires across the Southern California region leave devastation, there are ways that you can help. The United Way of Ventura County, American Red Cross of Ventura County, and the Ventura County Sheriff's Office of Emergency Services have teamed up to create the Thomas Fire Fund. The Salvation Army is accepting food and water at the Ventura County Fairgrounds. You can also call them to donate funds. The Red Cross of Los Angeles is looking for volunteers as well, and you can make a cash donation online at redcrossla.org. Other organizations, including the Humane Society of Ventura County, Los Angeles County Animal Care Foundation, and dozens of families have also created their own GoFundMe pages. You can donate to or volunteer with FEMA. Well, Torrance first responders sharpen their skills on active shooter situations.
Body count? How many injured do we have?
While it seemed like a real active shooter emergency, it was all part of what is called a unified response to violent incident drill with Torrance Fire and Police Departments. It's an opportunity for both divisions to work and communicate together in what could be a real active shooter situation. First responders were called out to the Katie Geisert Civic Center Library, where there were reports of an active gunman. They entered the building and helped extricate and treat as many victims as quickly as possible. Wounded victims were given various color ribbons based on the seriousness of their injuries.
My back. Oh.
Torrance Fire Department and the Torrance Police Department are working hard and training together to get on the same page and be prepared for anything that happens in the city.
There were 4 rescue teams that took part to get patients to the right treatment areas. They also faced an auto and pedestrian accident. After the scenarios were completed, the departments reviewed the actions they took and talked about how they could improve. There are 9 tactical paramedics from the Torrance Fire Department that work with Torrance SWAT teams. Well, crime rate is on the rise across Los Angeles County. A study by the nonprofit Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice shows statistics of city crime trends throughout California during a time where there were major changes to the justice system due to legislation and various initiatives. The study shows that between 2010 to 2016, crime including property and violence rose by 5%. It also broke down the rates for each city. Now here in Torrance, while crime rate also increased, the percentage of crimes solved has remained well above the state's statistical average. Now, in response to the study, Sergeant Ronald Harris from the Torrance Police Department says that crime statistics play a vital role in the decision-making process related to the deployment of our officers and the crime-fighting strategies implemented. Harris says Assembly Bill 109, Proposition 47 and 57 has made an impact in the community. Many inmates have been released early from prison to decrease the population, and there has been a reduction of offenses from criminal felonies to misdemeanors. However, Torrance Police has remained proactive by integrating innovative strategies despite these legislative changes. For the full report, head to cjcj.org. After nearly 3 years, the city now has an ordinance that will protect historic homes. The Historic Preservation Plan and Ordinance was passed by council members recently. It was voted by the majority, with Councilwoman Heidi Ashcraft voting against it. This will allow property owners to designate their property as a historic landmark and/or a historic district. They will also be able to participate and apply for an abatement program that gives them a discount on property taxes. Council members also voted to move forward with a permanent Torrance tract overlay. This will allow homeowners in the Torrance tract to go through a review process for a remodel or renovation. A minor renovation will be looked by city staff, while a more extensive review will be approved by a planning commission. The ordinance is in effect. The City of Torrance recognized a local resident who's known for his peanut selling skills, you could say. Mayor Patrick Fury honored Torrance resident Roger Owens, who is also known as the Peanut Man at Dodger Stadium. Over his career, Owens has tossed more than 2 million bags of peanuts at Dodger games. He's also known for his trademark backhand tossing of peanut bags to fans. And to accept the honor, he wore his party uniform.
I have been a resident of this great city of Torrance since 1977, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Not very far from this location right here, westbound. And, you know, so many times the people still continue to ask me how many years I've been pitching peanuts at LA Dodger games. And they also ask, how did you get started? Well, next year, which is right around the corner, will be my 60th year. 6 decades in a row starting next season.
And there was no better way to celebrate by tossing some peanuts into the crowd at the Torrance City Council chambers, from the council members to the people in the audience. Owens has worked more than 105,000 Dodger games in his career. Well, still ahead, Torrance Transit needs your help to give back to those in need this holiday season. We'll tell you how. Plus, local students learn unique skills during National Computer Science Week. We'll tell you more right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching This Week in Torrance on Torrance City Cable. Lincoln Elementary School got a huge surprise and a big gift from a neighboring department store. Burlington partnered with Adopt-A-Classroom.org to help Lincoln Elementary with their classroom needs. And during the morning services, Burlington presented the school with a check for $10,000.
1, 2, 3! We were actually approached by Adopt-A-School.org, and sort of the whole premise behind it is that when Burlington sets up a new store in a city, so there's a new location here in Torrance of Burlington, and they are committed to giving back to the community by supporting a Title I school in the area.
Our partnership with Adopt-A-Classroom.org really allows teachers to go in and get exactly what they need specifically for that particular classroom.
The funds will be distributed to all the teachers to buy school supplies through various Adopt-A-Classroom vendors. Students at Carr Elementary learned some important computer skills recently. Students took part in a global movement called Hour of Code. It's time dedicated to expand student participation in computer science by introducing them to coding applications. Third graders explored this through a variety of hands-on experiences that help them learn how computers communicate. Students use their analytical and problem-solving skills to troubleshoot how to advance their character and help it accomplish certain tasks and goals.
It's a lot of fun because students are able to practice these skills, and they have experienced different puzzles and different games, and some of my students discovered how to make their own videos and attach soundtracks to the videos as well.
I'm planning to make like a bunch of postcards and a bunch of things for other people, and and I want to like send it to people, email, and make videos because I really want to be a YouTuber when I grow up too. The most fun part is that you could create your own news and your own videos. Then you could share it with your friends.
This is part of National Computer Science Week. Carr Elementary also hosted a family coding night. This year, millions of students in more than 180 countries participated. South Bay residents were treated to a free light exchange. More than 348 boxes of free holiday lights were distributed. Thanks to the South Bay City's Council of Government, Southern California Edison, and the Department of Water and Power, customers traded in their old electricity-guzzling holiday lights for new energy-efficient ones. These Energy Star qualified lights can last up to 10 times longer than traditional iridescent strands. They are cool to the touch, reduce the risk of fire, and they can be used both indoors and outdoors. Switching to energy-efficient lighting will also help reduce your holiday bill. They also come in a variety of colors, shapes, and lengths.
Try our best to save energy in our house, so we try to only use LED light in our house, but we do have these string light. They're regular string light, and this was purchased 6-7 years ago before LED was popular. So now since it's free, might as well.
Old strings will be taken off the grid forever and recycled as e-waste. The new lights were sponsored by various businesses in the South Bay, including Chevron, Watson Land Company, and South Bay Association of Realtors, to name a few. Well, speaking of the holidays, Torrance Transit is looking to give back to families in need. On December 21st, Transit is hoping locals will come out to their Stuff a Bus event at the Del Amo Fashion Center. From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., you can bring unwrapped gifts, toys, or other charitable donations to one of 2 collection stations at the Del Amo Fashion Center. A transit bus and a Torrance fire engine will be parked at the collection stations. The gifts will be distributed to charitable organizations in Torrance and assist those impacted by the recent hurricanes across the country. For more information, go to transit.torranceca.gov. The Holiday Festival Gala at Torrance Memorial Medical Center is the hospital's largest fundraising event each year, and this year did not disappoint. Decorated trees lit up the 30,000 square foot white tent. More than 800 donors and community supporters dressed up for a night of fine dining, music, and celebration, complete with live and silent auctions. This annual tradition kicked off in 1984 under the name Festival of the Trees, and now 34 years later, the support continues to grow. The proceeds will benefit the North Patient Tower, dedicated to the mother and baby postpartum, neonatal, and pediatric care unit.
What's super exciting about that construction in particular is that those rooms in the neonatal intensive care unit and the pediatric unit will be all private rooms, which is quite different from what we have today.
We are so blessed to have Torrance Memorial Hospital within our city. It was founded by the family that founded our city, and it is one of the greatest medical centers in Southern California.
This year's fundraiser brought in more than $2.1 million to benefit the renovation of the North Tower. There was also a generous gift of $22 million by the Hunt family. The Torrance Art Museum has a new exhibit open now you won't want to miss. It's called the South Bay Focus. It's a contemporary and traditional art exhibit presented by the Torrance Artists Guild and the South Bay Watercolor Society. The exhibit is open to all artists living or working in the South Bay area, including Long Beach and San Pedro. Works of art includes painting, drawing, sculpture, printmaking, sound, video photography, and more. This year's juror is Emily Gonzalez-Jarrett. The exhibit is open until December 15th. A local business is growing in the city. Doc Magic recently opened a high-tech print fulfillment supercenter minutes away from its Torrance headquarters. The 12,000 square foot center will support lenders' growing needs for secure, compliant paper documents as the mortgage industry transitions to a 100% digital mortgage process. The new facility is based on technology to process important paper documents. Biometric authentication and video monitoring is used to provide assurance that only authorized individuals access the building and specific areas. Documents are even inserted into envelopes, sealed and stamped without human intervention. DocMagic is the leading provider of fully compliant loan document preparation, compliance, e-sign, and e-delivery solutions for the mortgage industry. It was founded in 1988. The Caring House, tucked away in Old Torrance, is a place where the needs of those at the end of life are met and families can come together in support of their loved ones. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Abby Gremion stopped by the Caring House to have the story.
At first glance, the Caring House is nestled in a quiet neighborhood of Torrance with only the front door and Caring House Green as any indication of what lies in store. But to those who've been residents, the Caring House is more than just a house. It's been home to over 56 families in the South Bay at one of the most critical times in their lives.
His name was John. His family took him to an orphanage, and at the age of 16, his dad came and got him and took him back to Manhattan and left him. Because of his experiences as a kid, became very much a loner. He says, because I came here, I now have a family.
The 25 hard-working volunteers at the Caring House work around the clock and can attest to how remarkable each one of their residents are. Residents are there generally because they require more care than their families can provide, can't go home from the hospital because it would be unsafe, or do not want the memory of the end of their life being in their home. Ed Long told me an example of this.
My best example for that is Jose, a 48-year-old teacher and school principal, but a son in high school and a daughter in intermediate school. He didn't want his children to remember him dying at home. So he and his wife decided that he would come here. But he'd had pretty devastating brain cancer. He got to be here. His kids came here after school. They did their homework. They ate with him. They were with him. And it became their home like it was his home.
Caring House was born from the brainstorming of nonprofits in the South Bay that sought to better serve the needs of the senior community. It's unique in that it's the only home like this in Southern California.
One of the things that motivates a lot of us, you help not only the residents, but you help their families actually for the rest of their lives.
And as residents slip from this world, resident care manager Karen Hlavity Pearson shares why people from all walks of life and status come to the Caring House.
Our home is open to all people who need this care, love, peace, comfort, and support that our home and our mission provide.
Giving peace and closure to those in the South Bay who need it most. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Abby Gremion.
Now, Abby didn't mention this, but the Caring House collects heart-shaped rocks, which they paint each resident's name on. If you happen to find heart-shaped rocks on your walks or hikes, they ask that you donate these rocks to the Caring House. Thanks for that report. Well, the popular gift shop just opened its doors. Sanrio now has a new location at Del Amo Fashion Center. It's a global lifestyle brand. It was founded on the small gift, Big Smile philosophy. They sell unique products and experiences. Today, more than 50,000 Hello Kitty branded items are available in over 130 countries. They are located in front of Dick's Sporting Goods on the main level. Sanrio recently celebrated its 40th anniversary. Have you ever just wanted to take a quick nap after or during a long day of shopping? Well, you can experience that luxury only in Torrance. Now you'll find 4 nap-in pods, the first in the nation to be installed at the Del Amo Fashion Center. You can stop by the second floor of the mall in front of the Lane Bryant store near Macy's to grab a large locker-looking space. For just $10, you can have it all to yourself with a pod equipped with, this pod is equipped with a lounging bed, media entertainment unit, reading lights, and a charging station. Inside, there's even on-demand content and a fold-down work table. The owner, Alex Salomon, hopes to have them at more malls and at airports. Each pod is cleaned and reconditioned after each use. Well, speaking of the mall, you can give back to families in need this Christmas at the Del Amo Fashion Center. The Salvation Army is hoping to provide 650 families with gifts this holiday season through donations accepted by the Angel Tree program. It's located between J.C. Penney and where Burlington Coat Factory used to be. You can stop by the tree and take a tag which lists the gift a child in the community wants. The next step is to go shopping and then bring back the unwrapped gift. The Angel Tree program is designed to help families who are facing financial hardships. There's a new place in town where you can buy handmade sweet treats. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce welcomed Tamiza's Treats, an artisan treat and gift boutique that offers delicious and unique sweet and savory products. This includes small tea cakes, biscotti, cookies, fudge, savory small breads, and popcorn. They also have a wide array of gluten-free, dairy-free, and vegan items. The owner has worked at various bakeries, restaurants, and catering. You can also order gift bags, baskets, and boxes for any occasion. They are located on the corner of Pacific Coast Highway and Madison at 3525 Pacific Coast Highway, Suite Q in Torrance. A local hospital is recognized as one of the top safest hospitals in Los Angeles County. Leapfrog Group announced Providence Little Company of Mary Medical Center in Torrance as a top 2017 general hospital, one of just 6 in California that was recognized and only one of 2 in Los Angeles County. Thousands of hospitals were scored on a 1 to 5 scale across a variety of more than 20 standards, ranging from computerized orders, providers to 24-hour physician staffing in intensive care units, to transparency in caring for patients. In October, Providence in Torrance, along with its sister hospital in San Pedro, earned A's in safety from Leapfrog. If you're shopping for your holiday tree this season, we've got some tips to keep in mind. Experts from AAA say that 20 million Americans who purchased a fresh Christmas tree in the last 3 years did not secure it properly to their car, causing serious damage and dangerous road debris. Experts say to use the right car to transport the tree. This means it should have a roof rack, and if not, use a car that has space to put the tree inside. Next, use quality tie downs and use a netting to protect the tree before loading. Then make sure the trunk of the tree is pointed facing the front of the vehicle. Secure the tree and finally drive slowly when heading home. In California, drivers who left road debris fall from their car are responsible for the cost of any damage it causes and can be fined up to $2,000. Well, still ahead, upcoming events happening right here in the city, plus a preview of what to expect on the next episode of the Sports Desk. You're watching This Week in Torrance. Welcome back. Here are some upcoming events you will want to mark on your calendar. The city is hosting its annual Breakfast with Santa on Saturday, December 16th from 9 a.m. to noon. It will take place at the Toyota Meeting Hall. Tickets are just $20. You can purchase them in advance at the city's registration office. Then you can spend that evening watching a magic show at the Ken Miller Recreation Center called the Cecile and Mighty Magic Wonderland. It will start at 6 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at cecilemighty.com. And Cosmic Brewery is hosting a Ugly Sweater vegan party that will have a toy drive. It will take place during the day before Christmas Eve from 2 to 8 p.m. The event is free and open to all ages. Now let's head out to what's happening in the Torrance sports world. What's going on, AJ?
Hey, Jen, here's what you'll see on this week's edition of the Sports Desk. Let's have a parade. That's right, we'll show you how West High School honored their cross-country state champs in style. And speaking of champs, we've got a preview of the defending state champions in boys high school basketball. The Bishop Montgomery girls soccer team made quite a statement in their season opener. Plus, we'll introduce you to a swim club where current and future Olympians like to hang out. All this and so much more. Remember to watch the Sports Desk at 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on Torrance City Cable. Jin, back to you.
Thanks so much, AJ. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.